Hey guys, Stepharn here, Jeans and Runners. I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in Melbourne at the moment. When I was 16, went to one of my friend's 16-year-old parties, and it was a party, there was PlayStations there and Xboxes and all these gifts that he got. But he didn't look too happy. And a few days later I asked him about it. I said, hey man, you didn't look too happy at your birthday. He said, yeah man, at the moment he's getting into a few fights at school. His grades aren't doing too well. He's trying to look after his brother. But his mum is out there, she's working 2 jobs, trying to pay the rent, trying to put food on the table, so she can only do what she can only do. And a few weeks later, he got suspended from school from getting into fights. He started smashing in a few car windows. He started doing a bit of graff. He started stealing shit from Kmart, started smoking a bit of weed. And he was on the path to destruction. And at a young age, from the things I did, from the things I'd seen, and from the experiences I had, I learned that there's a reason and there's reasons as to why young males make the decisions that they make. And there's probably 1,000 reasons. But in reality, in the real world, there's a handful of reasons that are the significant contributors as to why young males make the decisions that they do. And if I was to go back to that young 16-year-old kid, what I would do is I'd offer a shoulder to lean on. I just listen to what he had to say. Listen to what young males have to say. The next thing I would do is start pumping him up. What I'd say is it's not your fault that your dad left the family and started a family with Baguck knows who and raised their kids. It's not your fault that your dad doesn't love you on your birthday. Okay? It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. Failure is a part of life. Failure is about learning. Okay? It's okay to steal a few things from Kmart and smash a few car windows in if you learn from it. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't make you a murderer if you steal a few things from Kmart. It's okay to make mistakes. Failure is a part of life, and we need to start putting failures in front of us rather than, oh my God, you can't do this, you can't do this, oh my God, you can't, you know what I mean? The next thing I would do is look at him. Hey man, look, you're not the best at chemistry. All right, but you like building shit and you like breaking shit. So maybe a trade is what you can do. Look at your guns, mate. You got some fucking guns on you. Maybe playing footy. Maybe you kick a footy around. Maybe you want to dunk the basketball. Look at you, man. I believe in you, man. You're a good kid. You're going places. Look at you, man. Fucking, you can do anything you want. I'd start giving young people a sense of self-worth. Start giving young people a sense of self-belief. They can believe in their actions and they can believe that they can do what they want to do if they put their minds to it and if they work hard. The next thing I would do is start providing real-world education. I'd contact, a few ex-prisoners and I'd get them in a room and I'd say, teach, what can you tell these young kids? And they'd say, hey, look, man, this is what a criminal record does for you. It limits your opportunities and your job aspects in schools, in sporting organizations. I've been stabbed 20 times because I was a part of that gang life. My own gang members, turned on me because I wanted to be cool and I said some things and they turned on me. These are the stab wounds. This is what prison does to you. This is what gang life does to you. Hospitals, punch-ons, prison. This is where it goes to. This is what, mental health issues come from it. If you end up in drug-induced psychosis from doing too much drugs, you know what I mean? Get these kids educated about the real world consequences from their actions if they choose to walk down this path. The next thing I would do is start giving them, tools and strategies to be able to survive in the real world. All right, if you're angry, these are the things you can do. You can join a gym, you can kick a footy, you can rap, you can make a song, you can play chess, whatever. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, these are the people you can call. These are the tools you can use. You can take 3 deep breaths and gather perspective. You can call these people. You can stick your hand up and say, I need help. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, this is how you create a resume. This is how you can get a job. This is how you can stay in a job. If there's someone in your job that you don't like, you can't just punch them in the face, because that's not how the world works. You have to learn how to deal with it, learn how to manage, learn how to cope in this society. That's what I would do. The last thing I would do, well, before I get to the last thing, when I talk about education, okay, I talk about, when I was in year 9, we got a 45-minute session on alcohol. Okay, so we're going to be drinking for 40, 60 years of our life, and we get a 45-minute session on, standard drinks and blood alcohol levels. Okay, when I talk about education, ladies and gentlemen, I talk about regular, mandatory, sufficient, sustainable education that's actually going to help people and give them a framework in which they can be in a better position to make decisions about the consequences of their actions. That's what I talk about education. I'm not talking about an hour a year. I'm not talking about, an hour a month. I'm talking about 1 day a week on a Monday. I'm talking regular education that's actually going to help people. A few adverts here and there, a few signs, a few fact sheets. It's not enough. It's got to be regular. It's got to be sufficient, ladies and gentlemen. The last thing I would do, ladies and gentlemen, is give young people a sense of responsibility. What I would do is get the parents of these young kids in a room. And I would get them to talk about what they're going through, and they'd probably start crying because they're overwhelmed with emotions. They're talking about it. They're getting it off their chest. And get the young people in a looking glass. Get these people in another room looking in. Get these young kids looking at how their actions affect themselves, affect other people, and affect the wider community. And what we can do is teach young people that young men have the power. We have the power, and all young people have the power to do great things. And you can make a decision to use your actions for good or for bad. You can make a decision to use your powerful actions to make decisions in life. And hopefully we can get young males to stand up and start being men. You know what? I fucked up. I stole this. I smashed that. I bashed those people. But you know what? That's in the past. I can be a man. I can step up. I can call those people up and apologize. I can go to their houses and mow their lawns and take the bins out. I can give back to the community that I stole from because I'm willing to move forward, because I understand that I've made mistakes, and that's a part of life. That's what life is about, you know? And ladies and gentlemen, okay, what we can do as a community is this, is we can start speaking to our neighbors. Okay, we can start speaking to our friends. We can bring the community together. Let's start having community barbecues. It takes a community to raise a child. Okay, and what we need to do is focus on the reasons as to why young males and young people make the decisions that they do. Okay, the media is going to say what they want to say. If you're a racist, or you think this is a South Sudanese problem, if you think this is a Dandenong problem, if you think this is a Footscray problem, if you think this is a Kensington problem, this is not us and them. This is not black and white. This is our problem. This is a society issue. We need to bring people together. We need to start educating young people. We need to give them the tools to survive in this world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Let's do it. Jeans and runners, you heard.